Hello, welcome. This is Dr. Stephen West, and I've got Doug McCoy, the real McCoy, here with us on Bouncing with Doug McCoy. Doug, how did you get involved with rebounding, with bouncing?
Well, years ago I was introduced to rebound exercise by a group here in America from Las Vegas, and we took it across to Australia rather, and launched it over there. And we brought across some of the geniuses on rebound exercise, such as Al Carter and Dr. Robert Frost and Corbett Bailey and many other great nutritionists and health people. And a lot of those were trained by your incredible dad, Dr. West.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Al is one of the greats for sure. Early on, met my father in the 70s. And so you're basically a student of my father through Al. But Al's been amazing. He's one of the greats for sure, and we'll be having him on later. Anyway, but what's some of the great success that you've seen with rebound exercise?
Well, when we introduced it to Australia, obviously it was completely new. People had used trampolines before, but we didn't realize the incredible benefits that came along with rebound exercise. And so, and of course the studies that your dad had done, we were able to use that technology and information and understand all the benefits that people have been having from trampolining for years, but we didn't realize the incredible benefits and the things that could be the effect on the body. And so with the research from your dad on cellular exercise that came through Al Carter and the things that I studied and so on, it just blew people's minds in Australia. We quickly recruited about 6,500 salespeople selling direct sales, these trampolines, rebounders, mini trampolines in the home. So we introduced that to Australia. It became a phenomenal that then the Asians, of course, Chinese, started developing these cheap ones and selling them in. And of course they went around all the markets and people thought, oh, they're just the same, which they do look good. But we thought that might possibly be the end of the rebound business for us. But we had so many chiropractors, great chiropractors and doctors and physiotherapists and touch for health instructors and kinesiologists and all these natural health people. And back in the 80s, some of those were considered a little bit out there. These days, of course, chiropractors and these touch for health are very well accepted. But as we learnt the benefits of rebound exercise and taught it, and the chiropractors and touch for health people said, no, show the cheap ones, the ones that were coming in that looked good and they looked similar, they just show them, demonstrate them. And so we actually took the cheap ones to all our demonstrations, and we'd do muscle testing, which is incredible if you haven't seen it. Yeah. And we'd do a muscle test to see how strong the muscles were. We'd then bounce them on the floor, get them to run on the floor, do a test, and you see how the muscle just collapses. The jolt through the central nervous system just weakens the whole body. Yeah. And then we jump them on a great rebound that flexes the cells. Every bottom of the bounce, their cell flexes. The top of the bounce, the cell becomes totally relaxed and weightless.
So there's no bottoming out.
That's right, you don't get that jolt at the end of the bounce. And then we do a muscle test. It was incredible the strength that these people had. And then we'd get them to jump on a cheap one, which ended in that jolt, which put that jolt through the central nervous system, and they lost all the effect. And straight away we do a muscle test, and they completely lost that strength again. And so we learned that actually by showing the cheap ones, we increased the sales on our better ones by actually showing them. And the people were, instead of paying $20 for a cheap thing, they were ready to invest hundreds of dollars to get the benefits.
I found that even if you put them side by side and let them bounce on one and then the other, that most of the time that's enough. Mm-hmm. They don't want anything to do with the cheaper units.
Yeah.
The tiny little 2-inch, tiny little tube springs that really don't offer much spring.
Exactly.
So yeah, we get into details on that. Anyway, anything else you'd like to say?
Well, from that benefit, if you really get into the cells, which your dad was one of the ones, the genius that really focused on how the cells relate to the whole universe and to our health and every aspect of it. And the benefits of that, the bottom of the bounce, every cell in the body, got over 100 trillion cells, so they say, that in the body, that at the bottom of the bounce they flex with extra G-force that you can't get from any other exercise. And then at the top of the bounce, everything relaxes, all those cells totally relax, where they become weightless, and you start to fall again. And so with every cell, 100 trillion cells flexing and then relaxing, and it's happening through every cell. So all your external muscles that we're normally used to exercising in exercise programs are all worked and strengthened. But all the internal organs that you've never been able to exercise before are able to be flexed and relaxed. So the whole internal system pumps that lymphatic system, and which is totally your area, and your dad being the lymphologist and so on, the doctor of lymphology there, just incredible research there, because it's just a lymphatic pump is exactly what we learned through knowledge and studies your dad introduced.
It's funny you say lympho, it kind of sounds like nympho.
Well, certainly stimulating.
That's what people heard, at least we got their attention too. Huh?
It certainly stimulates every cell in the body. So you've got over 100 trillion cells. So my studies then got into cellular exercise and cellular benefits and the power of the cell from some of the original studies that your dad introduced to us. And I've learnt how those cells are just so important for our health, for our mental state and conditioning, and for every part of the eternal health, well-being, stability, intelligence that comes from that. And so I've then studied into this, the cell, how every cell has an intelligence, and by the affirmations, we've all heard of affirmations and visualizations and the things that the other great psychologists and teachers have taught us in the past. When we bring that into the cellular exercise, with every cell, 100 trillion cells working in your favor, each of them having an intelligence, and you're being able to affirm to those 100 trillion cells all working in your favor, you're able to multiply the benefits of your health, your affirmations, your mental thoughts and everything, and have 100 trillion cells actually working to assist you on being healthy, happy, and achieving any of your goals.
I want to also make sure people understand you're considered to be a major leader in this, especially in Australia. You're a published author on several books. One of them's on
Recreating yourself.
And,
Rebounding, yeah.
Rebounding too. And you've got a whole series of books that you've published. So anything else you'd like to say on...
Well, one of my books is called Mysteries of the Universe Revealed.
Yeah.
We get into a lot of those kind of things.
Yeah.
And other things that I've written about is the How Cool series. I've written How Cool Is It to Be You? It's all about your self-image, self-confidence, self-belief.
How cool
That's
is that?
That's multiplied as you bounce.
Yeah.
That rebound exercising and a lot of the lymphatic teaching that you do around the world, which I'm a student of Steve's too.
So we like to have fun. We like to have fun, and how cool is that? How fun is that?
Mm.
You know?
Yeah. So if you can go attend one of Steve's seminars, you'll learn so much about your own body, about your health and fitness, and just the powers that you have within yourself to be able to heal yourself and to keep that vital health and activity, which you're a genius at.
How kind of you. You've actually been through the training that I've done in Australia.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Done that the first time I was out there. And anything else you'd like to say on that while you're at it?
Well, the training that Steve does, I've been able to, I use the things that Steve taught every day of my life. I jump in the shower and I do some of the things Steve's taught. Before I go to bed, I do some of the things Steve's taught. Anyone that's got health problems, I do some of the things Steve taught. So all I can do is suggest, learn from Steve, and you'll love the change it'll have on your life.
You know, I do different events to offer a whole dynamic approach on different principles, and I have an event that's training on the mini trampoline called Race for the Truth. How would you rate that particular event, since we're on that topic?
Well,
for a training on trampolines.
That's absolutely incredible. I've done a lot with some of the greatest around the world. I've brought some of the greats to Australia, and we've taken them around, done seminars to our 6,500 sales staff Australia-wide. And Steve, some of the material that he shares through the studies he's learned from his father, through Al Carter and others, but the package he puts together in that seminar is wonderful. I highly recommend it.
Yeah. All right. Well, congrats for your success in the business too, and look forward to a lot more events out in Australia. And
we look forward to having you over.
Awesome.
All right, thanks for having us. Look forward to going and seeing Steve. You'll learn a lot from him.
And you may want to check out one of Doug's sites. We were just on it today. What is it called?
Well, www.the Rebound Revolution is one of them.
Is it The Rebound Revolution or Rebound?
Rebound Revolution.
Okay, Rebound Revolution. Let's make that clear. Rebound Revolution. You might want to check that out. .com. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. Jumping for joy.
Yep.
Look forward to seeing you guys in events soon.
You'll learn the secrets to a vital life.
And this has been The Secrets of Your Internal Fountain of Youth. Bouncing with Doug McCoy.
Thank you.